good day. Today we are going to be using non-parametric tests inside SPSS. Okay, right. So we are going to conduct a test comparing means between two different groups. This one we will be using Mann Whitney U. Second, we will be comparing means pre-state and post-state. That will be using Wilcoxon's test. Three. Following that, we will be doing the Kruskal Walis test, which is comparing means between uh, more than two groups. Okay, and lastly, we will be doing chi-square. Okay, if you remember in our lessons for the sem break, there are parametric and non-parametric tests. Okay. A Mann Whitney U, it is actually the counterpart to the independent t-test where you compare means between two groups. Wilcoxon, like I said, it's a counterpart to the paired t-test where we compare the status of, let's say, people's perception. In the context of our exercise, we will be comparing people's perceptions for buying celebrity endorsed product and their perception once they have bought celebrity endorsed products. Okay, and as for the Kruskal Walis, it is the counterpart to ANOVA, where we will be comparing means between three or more different groups. Okay. As for chi-square, it is the only non-parametric test which doesn't have a parametric counterpart. Okay. So what the chi-square test does is we can compare frequencies between two, three, or more different groups. Okay. So Mann Whitney U, Wilcoxon's, and Kruskal Walis is to compare means. Chi-square to compare frequencies. Ingat saja. Okay, first of all, let us demonstrate how to use Mann Whitney U comparing means between two groups. Okay, so in this context, the other two groups, male and female dah. Selain itu kita ada juga you boleh juga eksperimen lepas demonstration ni untuk compare means antara age group sebab saya kan ada seorang ke atau yang ada 18 hingga 20, 25 dan 26. So there are two just for age group, and another one you may want to experiment after this is between to the occupation because they are student and there are few unemployed. But for the sake of the exercise, saya akan demonstrate beza antara jantina because there is much substantial amount of male respondent against female as compared to age group dan juga employment. Okay. Ideally kalau kita nak compare means seboleh-bolehnya group A dan group B kena balance lah. Okay. For the sake of the size kita akan analyze and tunjuk juga cara nak benar. Access the Mann Whitney U, you can analyze. It is found under non-parametric tests, legacy dialogues. Second one with dependent samples. Okay. Kan you tengok sini, I dah masukkan semua variables daripada attract sampailah repurchase. So, ini kita masukkan satu-satu lah. Sampai repurchase. Okay. These are the main variables. Credibility ini is representative of abstract, trust, and expert altogether, while characteristic is a representation of brand quality. Okay. Dalam hypothesis, mungkin you nak compare means between the mother variable and you ada sub hypothesis, you nak compare the means between sub variables. Okay, both are applicable. Kan dulu dalam test variable, under grouping kita pilih gender. Okay, notice dia ada sini tanda soal. Maksudnya kita kena set satu apa, dua apa. Okay, so kita define groups. Boleh pilih angka saja. Group 1, group 1 represents me. Okay, get this output, right? Okay, you will should get this output inside your SPSS. Okay, now the important columns that I need you all to look at is, okay, let's see one by one first. Okay, start dengan track dulu ya. Most important information you should look at between male and female are the mean ranks. Okay, followed by second table, which is, okay, we will for track need to look at the Mann Whitney U value 4875, that score, and the p-value, significant p-value, which is below here, 63. Okay, so I repeat, okay, for track, we need to see the mean rank between the different groups, Mann Whitney U value, Z value, and the p value. Okay, this information is important. We put in the table. Like this. Okay, based on the output, a track should be mean value for male for a track variable should be 8.68, followed by female 4.03. Okay, as for the and with the U value, it's 48750, and standard the Z score is 0.47, which is right here in this column. Oops, sorry. That. And lastly, the significant value. Okay, so based on the significant value itself, since it's above 0.5 and above 0.01, secara tak langsung kita tahu lah dia tak significant. Okay. Same pattern can be seen for trust, expert, and credibility. Mana p value-nya semua apa very big, above 0.05, semuanya tak significant belaka. Okay. Alright, so how do you interpret the result? Okay. Okay, for track, saya tengok you tengok dalam table tadi, plot the mean rank for male and how many male respondents answered. Mean score, the mean rank for female, how many female respondents answer, and with the U, and of course the Z value. And the statistical decision here, the null hypothesis is not rejected as the p-value recorded is 0.639. Okay, kalau you ingat lagi lessons null hypothesis is basically saying that there is no significant difference of mean score between group A and group B. Okay, so that's how null hypothesis is written. Okay, as compared to direct or indirect hypothesis yang kita kata. Dalam konteks ni kita tulis null hypothesis, kita kata male scores and female score mean scores between have no significant difference. Therefore, the null hypothesis is not rejected. Okay. How to conclude? Kata je, there is no significant difference between male the mean rank value. Female, the mean rank value pertaining to score into the scores of attractiveness of the celebrity. For the p value and with the u value as well as the z value. Basically, what how the write up will look like. Okay. So you might ask, if the result are statistically significant, how do you report it? Okay. Let's say the p value kita dapat, okay, some miracle kita dapat 0.01 saja. First of all, the report. Since the value is 0.001, kita kena katalah the null hypothesis is rejected since there is a significant difference between male and female. Write up, tulis macam ni. Pay close attention to the red highlight. There is a significant difference between males, adanya mean rank score, and females, berapa dia punya score, pertaining to the score of attractiveness of the celebrity. P value, sama juga is for the p value, man with the u value, the man with the u value, as well as the z score. That's basically it. Okay. Same principle applies when you want to report other dimensions and can construct from trust, expert, credibility, all the way down to reproduce. We'll need to first dig out the data from the SPSS output into the table, and secondly, determine whether they are significant, statistically significant or insignificant. But by right, of it, semuanya tak significant. Okay, so the write-up for the other dimensions would closely resemble this style of write-up, meaning the null hypothesis is not rejected and there is no significant between male and females pertaining to score relating to either trust, expert, package, characteristic, and reproduce. Yeah. Right. So that's basically how you run the analysis and interpret the result for Mann Whitney U. It's comparing means between two different groups. Yeah. If you want more information about Mann Whitney U analysis, you feel free to click on the YouTube link to learn more. Okay. Okay, you may pause the video up to this point, or if you want to rewind and see the video demonstration so that you can fill up columns for quality, package, characteristics, and repurchase. Okay, when you're ready, just click the play button and the video will continue to the second part, which is the Wilcoxon's test. Okay, first, all right, next. If you want to compare means of a score in two status, before and after, first you will need to have the data lah. So if you notice in my new attachment, I've added two variables, which is perception before buying celebrity endorsed product and perceptions after you buy, positive perception after you buy the celebrity endorsed products. Okay, the data is represented here. Okay, because without this data you cannot compare means. So that's why saya terpaksa cipta lah dua variables ni. Okay. So how to run a Wilcoxon's test? Go to analyze on parametric. Sorry about that. Okay. Go to analyze legacy dialogues under two related sample items. Okay. Dan saya dah masuk dah, tak apa, kita reset. You will need to bring positive section before into variable 1, positive section after buying celebrity products into variable 2, and the Wilcoxon's option. The option, click descriptive, click OK. And you will have this output. Okay. So kita tengok, first of all kita tengok significant value. Kalau ikutkan sini dia kata is 0.1 or below 0, meaning there is a significant difference between the mean score before purchasing and after purchasing. Kita nak tahu mana lebih tinggi, mana lebih rendah table ni, tetapi paling mudah kita tengok deskriptif ni lah. Kalau ikutkan di sini dia kata positive perception before buying celebrity endorsed product was actually higher in the before step. Tapi selepas student tu beli celebrity endorsed product, dia dapati persepsi mereka menurun. So there is actually a drop pattern lah. Kita beli dalam kelas ni, oh macam apa hebat tengok gambar Cristiano Ronaldo, David Beckham. Tapi bila dah beli, alah tak ada apa special pun. Okay, that is what the scenario tells. Okay, how do we report it? Okay, this table you need to look for what variable is it are you comparing? In this case, you are comparing perception before buying celebrity products and perception after buying celebrity products. Okay, need to report the mean score for purchasing and after purchasing, the Z score as well as the P value. Where are they? They are located here in this table. Okay. All right. Some write-ups, you can also report values from the Wilcoxon's science rank. Cuma baca betul-betul tengok this legend ni, and most people tengok ni agak confusing. Okay. Kalau ikutkan table ni, dia kata tengok A, dia kata positive perception after buying celebrity product lower than positive perception before buying celebrity product. So A ke sini dia kata 79 orang telah menunjukkan penurunan skor persepsi before dan after. Before dia tinggi tapi after dia rendah. Okay. Meanwhile, so orang yang sebenarnya tunjukkan trend peningkatan kata sini hanya 23 orang dan min rank dia ialah 56. High ada juga yang seri ada 6 orang. So yang agak confusing sini kat mana kita nak report min rank for negative dan positif ni. Okay, you kena buat macam ni, the min rank score before and the min score rank after. Kalau ikutkan output ni, .15 di report dulu dengan 56.1. So kalau buat style ni mungkin you agak confused. So kalau nasihat saya, lebih selamat opt for the first option sebab ini secara jelas menunjukkan mean score sebelum tinggi dan mean score selepas, which is the right scenario. Kalau nak report mean rank ni, you mungkin akan confused. Okay. Probably report the first style, yeah. Score before, the mean score after, value and standard that value. Okay. So how do we report Wilcoxon's test? The null hypothesis is rejected as P value is 0.001, and it shows the perception of students in K1, K2 of STM3104 what celebrity endorse food differs before and after the purchase. Okay, and how do you report it? Wilcoxon's test revealed that a positive perception score of celebrity endorsed food was lower after purchase compared to before purchase for the Mirodon. So yeah, shows that respondents of STM14 are not really impressed or emotionally devoted to buying celebrity endorsed product. So macam saya kata itulah. Asalnya beli, packaging cantik, apabila dah guna dah makan, rasa alah biasa saja. So that context, the positive perception tu menurun lepas beli celebrity endorsed products ya. Okay. So if you wanted to report a different style, you can watch this video because in this video dia tak report mean, dia report median and the n amount, but the z value and t value tetap sama. Okay. Cuma dia tambah sikit dalam reporting dia, dia bagi tahu whether the effect is how large is the effect, and dia bagi tahu R value dah. Okay, and this is an alternative style if you want to consider report Wilcoxon's test. Okay, want more information, you can watch this video that I've given in the link. Okay, for the third analysis, how to report Kruskal Walis, which is the non-parametric version of ANOVA. Right. Go to analyze, non-parametric, legacy dialogues, K independent samples. This will be the option for the Kruskal Walis test. Okay. You can see saya dah masukkan ke semua variables yang kita nak test. Grouping variables ni kita kena pilih group yang ada banyak kategori lah. So kalau nak buat Kruskal Walis, kita boleh pilih sama ada ethnicity, state of origin, dan tahap pendidikan tinggi sebab dia ada banyak subgroup dia lah. Pada demonstration saya akan tunjuk tahap pendidikan tinggi dia. Demonstration and cuba hands-on, you boleh repeat untuk ethnicity dan juga maybe state of origin. Okay, so saya akan masukkan qualification dulu lah. Sama juga macam Mann Whitney U, kita kena tetapkan apa the range kat sini. Okay, kita boleh confirmkan range dulu. Kita kena tengoklah ada berapa subgroup. Okay, untuk ni kita ada 4 PM sampai masters. So kita analyze. Pergi balik. Satu hingga 4. Klik OK. This will be the output. Okay. Baik, kita tengok satu-satu dulu. Tengok attract. Pay attention to the mean ranks. Okay, yang paling penting untuk Kruskal Walis sebenarnya ialah pada table AB ni lah. Kita nak tengok dia punya chi-square value, PF value dan juga significance. Okay, so kalau kita sini attract significant lah. Okay. Now how do you report results? Okay, so kalau dalam write up, you will need to list out which variable that you are comparing, and in is in which group. So in this case, it's between uh, between uh, so with different qualifications, the value, Chisquare value, and significant value, right? Tengok abstract saja dulu. Kalau ikutkan p value is 0.09, which is above 0.5, so kita tak significant lah. Okay. Write up dia fairly simple. Quality test indicates that there were no significant academic qualification and track. And the XNI stands for the Chisquare value, for the D value, how many respondents, followed by qualify the Chisquare value as well as the P value. Okay, 6.49 refers to this value, while the P value refers to this value. Okay. Now, in the case of ANOVA, there is no significant value between groups. You don't need to do post hoc test. But for Kruskal Walis, saya highlight kat sini, there is no direct post hoc test function in the non-parametric tab that you see in SPSS. Okay. If you wish to see how to do a post hoc test, you can refer to this video. It will give you a much clearer instruction on how it can be done. Because to do this post hoc test for Kruskal Walis, you have to use a different tab function. And unfortunately, in my version 18, that function is not available. If you are on version 20 and above, you can do the post hoc test. Can follow instructions in this video below here. Okay. But if result shows like what we got in a track here, there's no significant, you don't need to respond a post hoc test. The write up will be just about here. Okay. All right. So you might ask how to write if the result is significant. Okay. Well, it happens that miraculously, credibility has a significant value of 0.003, which is below 0.005. So we can consider that as a significant difference. Okay. Okay, berbeza dengan kalau tak significant, then just change the V value saja pada 0.0035 and the write up will be Kruskal Walis test indicate that there is a statistically difference between academic qualification and credibility. Values sama saja, cuma P value lah 0.005 or below 0.001. Okay. Alright. This style of how to report for trust until repurchase, all you need to do, copy paste ini, tukar nama variables and tukar value. Itu saja. Okay. So you can practice key in the table for quality sampai repurchase. Okay, you may rewind the video again and see how the process go. Kalau you tak clear, and when you're done with that, continue with the final section, which is the Chisquare test. Okay. Okay, so for Chisquare, usually kita akan measure frequencies between two or more different groups. So kalau dalam konteks celebrity products ni, mungkin salah satu objektifnya you nak compare male female celebrity manakah yang paling influential. output among different ethnicity. Can run the chi-square test to see whether the Malay, Chinese, Indian ada differences tak tentang celebrity yang mereka suka dan influence decision dia orang untuk buy a certain products. Okay. So for this exercise, I can demo how to use chi-square to determine differences between the frequency difference between two different groups relating to who they prefer as their favorite celebrity. Okay. Run the chi-square test. You need to go into analyze descriptive statistic cross tabulations. Okay, the one that we are doing in this exercise is ethnicity dulu. And we want to measure Malay, Chinese, Indian. Is there a difference in terms of which kind of celebrity that influence the decision to buy certain products? Go into columns. Click the chi-square option. Okay. Okay. So far kita tengok the chi-square table directly pada p-value 0.99 is secara tak langsung indicates it's not significant. Chi-square value will be this one, 0.587 to 2.507. Okay, these are the important values that you need to when you put it inside the table. So it shows that between Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Sabah, there is no significant difference in who these people prefer or admire as their celebrity when they want to purchase in those products lah. So no need. Okay. What you need to do is, since we are measuring most influential celebrity on an ethnic group, table, most influential celebrity, ethnicity, asterisk against most influential celebrity, report the chi-square value as well as the p-value. Okay, p-value not significant. Kita laporkan macam ni saja. Table Y illustrate that the chi-square test between ethnicity and most influential celebrity. Based on the analysis, it yields a chi-square value of 2.57 and a p-value of 0.998. Thus, there is no significant difference between two groups because the p-value is not significant. Okay, right. So kita guna konsep yang sama. Andai kata dia tak signifikan, tak perlulah you pamerkan table untuk menunjukkan Malay berapa percentage dia and berapa n value dia terhadap apa actor Chinese berapa dia punya n percentage dia terhadap athlete. Dia tak significant, so no need to time reporting on that. Okay, now untuk lebih menarik, kita tengok antara gender versus most influential celebrity. Nilainya significant. Sama juga tadi. First step, gantikan dia dengan gender. Okay. Based on the result, chi-square value dia cantik 49. And significant value dia 0.001, below 0.0.1. So sama juga tadi untuk ethnicity, take these two values, put inside the table. And if you notice, there's a table Z, okay? Table Z ni is basically a breakdown to show the reader berapa banyak frekuensi yang dipilih antara male dan female dah. Okay. So kalau base kat sini, kita tengok male dulu. Kan find this SPSS ni didapati male cenderung untuk lebih dipengaruhi oleh atlet dan juga ahli politik. Surprisingly. While females are more inclined to be influenced by artis lah, sama ada pelakon, penyanyi dan model. Dan juga usahawan-usahawan berjaya dan juga wartawan. Okay. So in the scenario that p value is significant and you make Chisquare value cantik, this is how you report it. Table Y illustrates the Chisquare test between gender and the most influential celebrity. The analysis yields a Chisquare value of 49 and a p-value of less than 0.001. Thus, kita kata apa? There is a significant difference between gender and the most influential celebrity. Dan kita cerita juga table Z ni. Based on the cross-tabulation table Z, it can be further seen that female have the tendency to be influenced by apa? Actors, reporters, and entrepreneurs. Male respondents tends to be influenced by athletes and politicians. Okay. So, you will report the N value as well as the percentage. Nanti saya lupa pula nak masuk percentage. Okay. Right. So that's basically it on how to do a Chisquare. Okay. Now, ni adalah contoh lah on when Chisquare test is been done. Okay. Kalau you tengok contoh kat sini, just on this paper is involving kajian antara tabiat pemakanan antara makan nasi kandar di Penang dan juga di Klang Valley lah. Okay. Okay, kita fokus contoh pada kecenderungan untuk makan pada waktu bila. Okay. Kalau kita tengok kat sini, region against breakfast, lunch dan dinner menunjukkan p-value yang signifikan lah. Macam dalam exercise tadi, kita laporkan Chisquare value and the p-value. Okay. So in this paper, dia go an extra mile, an extra route. Dia laporkan Cramer's V to report the strength of the significance. Okay. Right. Kalau kita tengok breakfast, dia kata p-value is 0.001. Dan kita tengok table 1, eating patterns, breakfast. Kan orang Lembah Kelang makan 11 as compared to orang Penang 39 tend to eat nasi kandar in the morning. So based on the Chisquare analysis dalam table ni, shows a big difference, a big significance. Sama juga dalam case lunch, value dia less than 0.001 and the chi-square is 20. Apabila kita zoom in tengok frequency table, menunjukkan orang Klang Valley cenderung untuk makan nasi kandar waktu lunch as compared to orang Penang. Okay. And as for dinner, you can juga less than 0.001. Tengok di kolom dinner di cost tabulation ni, 41 KL and 91 Penang. And based on this, it reflects that memang orang Penang ni tends to eat nasi kandar more frequent in at night lah. Okay. Mari kita tengok frequency of consumption pula. Berapa kerap orang makan nasi kandar. Okay. So based on the analysis, dia kata value is this much with a chi-square value of 22. And apabila kita tengok consumption of nasi kandar within 1 week, once a week, KL far outnumbers Penang, but 2 to 4 times a week, 5 to 7 times a week, and more than 7 times a week, Penang patrons far outnumber KL respondents. Okay. So the write-up has been compiled in the conclusion section, in which you see here. In Penang consume nasi kandar more often than their Klang Valley counterparts, based on the chi-square analysis yang you tengok tadi, as well as popular time to eat nasi kandar. Kata apa? Klang Valley patrons would often consume nasi kandar for lunch, while Penang patrons often consume it during dinner. Okay. Right. So that's basically how chi-square analysis can be applied to compare frequencies of consumption, frequency of preference between two or more different groups. Ya, dia berbeza dengan Kruskal Walis, Wilcoxon dan juga Mann Whitney U, maupun ANOVA dan juga t-test, sebab mereka ni kita compare mean score. Ya, jangan keliru pula ya. Chi-square ingat nak compare frequencies between two or more groups. ANOVA or dia punya ANOVA, t-test, Kruskal Walis dan juga Mann Whitney U ialah you nak compare mean score. Okay, that's the main distinction. Alright. Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of the class. I am so sorry that I could not do this class secara live disebabkan ada kerja lain petang ni. But you can watch this video, follow the demonstration, and rewind to whichever part yang mungkin you terlepas, and ulang balik sampai faham. But if you still unclear, feel free to contact me, and I will do my best to try answer your question. Yeah. Thank you very much.